And Kleenex discipline for the ballers, because look out. You better get that therapist on speed dial, because here's what I got for you. All right? It's the Black Swan. Heard of it? The entire argument is founded upon the horizon. Let's find out what the horizon is. I got about 20 references. I pulled 3 right here. I think another couple below. Let's take a look-see. Horizon, from their alma mater wiki, is the apparent line that separates the earth from sky. Horizon, the line where the earth seems to meet the sky. The apparent junction of the earth and sky sailing toward the horizon. Horizon, from Oxford Dictionaries, the line at which the earth's surface and the sky appear to meet. From the US DoD, horizon, in general, the apparent or visible junction of the earth and sky, as seen from any specific position. Also called the apparent, visible, or local horizon. From National Geographic below, what is the local horizon? The local horizon, also called the geometrical horizon, is the visible boundary between the earth and the sky. This is kind of slam dunk territory, don't you think? Does everyone understand what horizon is? Why is it apparent or not actually? Well, number 1 is well da. Number 2, it's based on the observer's height. The number 1 well da is because the horizon is the apparent, like I said, visible line between the earth and the sky. Does the sky actually meet the ground? No? Then it's apparent. And number 2, the observer's height, because the geometric horizon varies with the observer's height. What can obstruct, obfuscate, or obscure the geometric horizon? Well, weather, atmospheric conditions, waves, tides, etc. But the geometric horizon can never be more than 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. It can be closer than that, but it can never be further. However, on the Baltard ball, the geometric horizon, like I said, can be no more than what its geometric constraints allow. It's based on the observer's height and the radius. From Andrew Thomas Young, the subject matter expert, San Diego State University, Astronomy Department. If h is in meters, that makes the distance to the geometric horizon 3.57 kilometers times the square root of the height of the eye in meters, or about 1.23 miles times the square root of the eye height in feet. Now, I didn't need Andrew Thomas Young here to tell me this, because it's simple geometry. For example, the University of Washington Department of Mathematics. So, for all practical purposes, we can estimate the distance to the horizon using 1.22459 times the square root of the height, or perhaps even more simply as just 1.2 times the square root of h, which gives the distance in miles when h is in feet. See, just simple geometry. It's not Andrew Thomas Young hasn't cornered the market on geometry. Okay? The death of the Baltard spinning space monkey religion. Again, if the Earth is a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, then every horizon distance measurement must be no more than 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. That's the geometric horizon. What do we got here? Isn't she a beaut? Now, I don't care what is going on with the oil platforms. Like I said many times before, they can be doing cartwheels in place. They could have a Chinese Superman with a purple tutu being refracted off a hobbled unicorn. I could care less. It's red herring fallacy to the argument. They are only here and used to demarcate distance. Platform Hill House at 6.21 miles, platform habitat at 9.41 miles. The horizon is clearly seen behind the 9.41 mile platform habitat. Clearly. That's the argument. The horizon. Not the buoy, not the oil platforms, not the water, not the smoke, which isn't smoke. I just contrasted the photo from the original pic so you can see the horizon better. You can still see the horizon in the original pic. Observer's height here was 1 foot. The distance to the horizon is greater than 9.41 miles, as clearly seen. The distance to the horizon maximum for a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles is 1.22 miles. It should be way back. I don't think it should be even in this picture. Now, even if the observer's height was 5 foot right here, the maximum distance to the geometric horizon would be 2.73 miles. That might be in here. It would be way up here. Even if BMLSB 69 was at 35 feet next to the shoreline, which doesn't make any sense. What is he going to do? Get on a ladder? Even if he was at 35-foot observer height, the maximum distance to the geometric horizon is 7.24 miles. It would be in between these two platforms. Even at 35 feet observer height. To the argument. Flat earthers. When people come up against this argument, you need to have them restate it back to you. It makes sense, right? If you're going to rebut an argument, you actually have to know what the argument is. If P, then Q, not Q, therefore not P. If the Earth is a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, P, then every horizon distance measurement must be no more than 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet, Q. Not Q, because the horizon distance is greater than 9.41 miles in the Black Swan photo, therefore not P. The Earth is not a sphere. I had a request yesterday to take the P's and Q's out. They said I had my P's and Q's squared away, but to take them out so that many people could understand it. So I will do that now. If the Earth is a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, then every horizon distance measurement must be no more than 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. The horizon distance is greater than 9.41 miles in the Black Swan photo, therefore not P. Sorry, the Earth is not a sphere. It's hard to do it without the P's and Q's, man. I did my best. That's the argument. The Baltard spinning space monkey community. Please allow me to introduce to you your Black Plague, the Black Swan. There she is. Isn't she lovely? Ah! Here's a second one. Take that! You gotta love it. Thanks to BMLSB 69 for taking both of these photos. Like I said, each of the original videos is in the info box below this video. How you like me now? Questions, comments?
So, for those of you who see Globehead commenters talking about the Black Swan argument and saying, it's a dead swan, it's a debunked swan, it's not really an issue, ask yourself this. Why is it we are now being told, quote, you never see the geometric horizon, end quote. Now, I'm not going to attribute that to a particular person because it's been said by multiple people now. Lots of people are saying we don't see the geometric horizon, even though it's defined as the visible point where the sky appears to meet the ground. Appears, meaning apparent already in the definition. You don't need to strap on the word apparent for something that is the apparent position where the sky meets the ground. It's redundant. But they're juxtaposing a geometric horizon that we don't see with an apparent horizon, this redundant term. So they've now got two horizons, the one we see and the one it's based on in geometry. That's two. I'll just count them off for you. According to them, redundantly used by morons, an, singular, one, apparent horizon, and that which we see being based on that which we don't see, a geometric horizon. My point in summarizing all of this is, why would it be the case that we have a non-argument when the Baltards have done a complete 180-degree turn that contradicts every single assertion they've ever made in debate in regards to Earth geometry? Earth geometry is the assertion that we have a physical sphere edge for a horizon that blocks things in the distance and bends when you raise in altitude. It's apparent based on height. And according to them, the higher you go, the more of a ball you'll see till you reach a second law of thermodynamics violation sky vacuum, when it'll bend into a sphere. That's your geometric, apparent, redundant horizon. We don't have a second horizon. We only have one in their model and in reality. But they want two. Well, why would you need a second horizon? Well, because the horizon we see isn't geometric. And they'll tell you so. Oh, we never see a geometric horizon. It's only visible if you sucked all of the air out. If the sky vacuum was actually effective and the second law of thermodynamics held true to the model, then the sky vacuum would actually suck all the air that you're breathing in out of the atmosphere, and you'd see a side-on Muppet vision representation of a single dot horizon that we call geometric. You'd see that if there was no air. It's definitely there, and it's the basis for the one you see. It's the second one that you don't see. So now that everyone's clear with that little summary of the bullshit that's come after the Black Swan, ask yourself this. If you don't see a horizon, and we never see a geometric horizon, what the hell were the boats going over? What the hell was blocking stuff? Why are they quoting us how much obstruction they've got? Because that's what they describe it as. Obstruction in feet and inches. Well, what's it obscured by? Well, the physical geometric Earth curve edge that they're claiming they stand upon. That's what they're claiming obstructs it. But at the same time, and sometimes in the next breath, they wave their hand. And with a Jedi mind trick say, we don't see a geometric horizon. Unless I need it to be blocking something. And I'll base calculations of how much is missing based on how much we do see of that physical obstruction that we never see unless there's no atmosphere. So this argument has left them completely relinquishing their assertion that we have a sphere edge blocking stuff in the distance. Now we don't see it. And they're left in perpetual doublespeak, literally, as I say, in sometimes the same breath.